first got into MMA growing up, I came from kind of a rough neighborhood in Memphis, Tennessee. I started off with karate and taekwondo, and I really enjoyed it. I was a competitor, I really liked it, and it just kind of kept me out of trouble off the streets, kept me in shape. So then later on, I ventured into boxing. Started a little team around Memphis, Tennessee called the Memphis Bad Boys. It was me, David Roberts, Joey Roberts, and Quentin Jackson. So yeah, that I was part of the roots and the MMA atmosphere in Memphis. So that was kind of cool. I've been a part of it since 99, early 2000, and now I've got a lot of respect from Memphis, Tennessee, and now I'm out here. So got signed through Bellator, and here I am. I've always dreamed of making it big on that stage, and I've put a lot of work into it. I remember fighting at the New Daisy and fighting in the ring and how people used to fall through the ring and hit the floor. So I've seen a lot of crazy stuff happen, It's been a ride, I will say that. I've dealt with different people. Some of them you can believe what they say, some of you can't. That's just part of it. And you just got to be smart and, realize what path you want to take for your success. And luckily, I was introduced through Mike Powell to Team Syndicate, and I feel like it's the place where I need to be to help me get better and accomplish my goals. I was wanting to move, full time, but that's just too hard right now, especially with my kids all being under the age of 10. I told myself that I was going to do some of the camp there to get in shape, but as far as getting the sparring and getting some of the game plan together, I wanted to come out here. It's like I was saying in Memphis, I'm kind of like the big fish in a small pond. I'm like the only full-time fighter. After my loss against Miguel Science, I knew that I had to change something else up. I had to be confident going into the fight. I had to know that I've done everything and that I've had the best people working with me to prepare me. And that's just something that I've had it somewhat because, I've always gone into a fight and just been too much for the guy to deal with. Too tough, too big, too strong, but I need to be more technical. And I need to clean up some of the areas that I'm not good at. And, you have to evolve. If you don't evolve, you're going to stay the same and stay on the same platform and not really go anywhere. So, fighting around the Memphis atmosphere was fun. Of course, I got a lot of the fans behind me. I kind of kicked some tail, in Memphis. I went 8 or 9 fights with the first round winning streak over and over and over and over again. And I won a few belts back home in Memphis. So I did get the people behind me. But at the same time, now that I'm fighting with the best fighters in the world, I have to be training with the best fighters in the world. So I'm really glad to be here. I like this place. Everybody's taken me in. They've seen how hard I work. They're like, Jesus Christ, are you just spend a night here? And I'm like, no, I'm just here every day because that's the way I am. I work hard. I've always been a hard worker, and I think that's part of my success. But now that I have the people that want to work hard with me and put into me, it's going to make me that much better. Well, I am fighting Babalu Sobral, which I know that he is a legend. He's been around for a long time. He's fought some of the best fighters in the world, and I've also looked at his record. The guys that have beat him have been legends. I feel like this is probably the turning point in my career. Do you want to make it big, or do you just want to stay small time? I'm a really good striker. I consider myself a good striker. I have a lot of power. And in the last couple of years, I've kept my eye on Babalu. And, I've looked at his fights, and I worry about his chin. And I'm not worried about it. I think he should be. But the thing is with this fight, I almost don't look at it as a fight. I almost look at it like he's prey. I want this fight. I'm going after him. I'm going to try to take his head off. And I don't know about any of the other guys, and I'm not taking anything away from anybody he's fought, but I don't know if he's ever fought a 205 with my kind of power. Of course, I got to land those shots. I've got to watch out for the takedowns. I'm well aware of that. And I think, with him having so much footage online and me being the type of fighter that I can beat you anywhere. I can beat you standing, I can beat you on the ground. If I know everything about you and all you can do is get me to the ground, you will not get me to the ground. And I'm going to knock you out. People back home that I want to thank to help finance me to get out here. Number one, Mike Catawar Homes and Eagle Transportation. And then also Beef Fighting. They're my clothing sponsors. They've helped me out a lot. So, yeah, those guys and Memphis Judo and Jiu-Jitsu, and then of course Team Syndicate for taking me so serious and doing everything they can to help. You know, they put a lot of time into me, and I've seen it, and they care just as much as I do, and that means something. I want to invite all the Psycho fans out there in America to check me out on Spike Channel. June 19th, I'll be taking on Babalu, first round of the light heavyweight tournament, and I promise to do my best to put on a show. Thanks a lot.